So Dr. Bland, there's a saying now that muscle is the organ of longevity. And we're finally realizing it's not just about looks and it being buff at the beach.
Yeah.
It's got a lot more functions. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, that's really an extraordinary kind of next step in our learnings, that muscle has receptors for insulin. It is part of the dynamic process of metabolism. It soaks up sugar because it's using it as a source
It's a
of
sink
energy.
for sugar, right?
That's exactly right, blood sugar, glucose. And it has an extraordinary metabolic activity through the mitochondria that reside within muscle. And it can also be chock filled with fat. That's called myocellular lipotoxicity.
No kidding.
Meaning that the fat in the muscle cell can make it toxic. And so what you want to do is you want to build muscle both in mass, but also in physiological performance. It has to be metabolically competent. How do you do that? Well, a good diet is a way to start, but also regular exercise, resistant exercise, stressing the sarcomere so that it actually turns on the genes that will produce new muscle protein tissue. And of course, supporting that with proper nutrition that has the proper balance of the 8 essential amino acids. So it's not just the amount only of protein, it's the amount of protein in the right configuration that has the right amino acid balance, particularly these branched chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, that have to be in there in a proper proportion in order to stimulate and support muscle growth when you are exercising. Now, if you don't exercise, just like steroids, you're not going to gain a lot of muscle mass just by eating food and sitting there and hoping for the best. You have to stimulate the muscle to utilize that energy and produce new muscle mass.
But it's very hard to talk about this without talking about protein. And you and I have done a couple of things on this, and there's so many questions that come in all the time about it, about the right amount. And just for fun, I did an AI search about protein requirements. And AI is generally very balanced and very conservative because they look at all the sources. And even they are saying now, not that some people think that the RDAs are too low, but that the RDAs are too low.
Yes.
They're just saying that.
Yes.
They're throwing in the figure of 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram.
Yeah,
It's a lot more than we were
I
taught.
think that's right. And also with this per kilogram story, is it per kilogram of ideal body weight?
Or is it
Because
kilogram?
if you're 50% body fat, then you wouldn't want, it's all going to be adjusted to your normalized ideal body mass for your height. And so this construct of, well, we can get it by buying 50 to 60 grams of protein a day, you can get by.
You can get by.
But if you were really talking about, particularly in older age, where your digestion, assimilation, and anabolic function is not the same as it was when you were 20, we need to then adjust our protein adequacy by increasing it to meet those needs. And I think this is a really important part of the story, because the amino acids in our protein are not only there for building muscle, but they are also precursors for things like serotonin, a mood elevating hormone, that's tryptophan, or for epinephrine coming from phenylalanine. So our amino acids in our protein are used for many different purposes in our body, one of which is to help our body maintain muscle mass that then uses our insulin better, improves our bioenergetics, reduces the risk to obesity, and reduces the risk of lipotoxicity.
Which we don't want.
We do not want.
Fat and muscle, right?
Exactly.
Got it.